Hey guys, thanks for joining me. And if you like what you see, please subscribe.
Hello, peoples. Welcome to Sharp Ends. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Aurora 3, which is this giant, almost kitchen-looking knife from Bark Rivers, but it does have the compass logo, meaning that it's a bushcraft knife. I'm going to talk about a little bit about the history, what I like, what I don't like, and is Bark River still worth buying these days? We'll talk about it. First, I'd like to ask you to smash that like button, leave a comment. Comments really help the channel, and as always, thank you to my Patreon supporters. So, um, if you haven't watched the Dutch Bushcraft review of this knife yet, I think it's informative and it definitely helped inform this review as well. So go and check out their review of it. Dutch Bushcraft Boys, DBK, or Dutch Bushcraft Knives, DBK. So yeah, first off, one of the things that they noticed is that there was the bevel isn't completely continuous. And if you look here, there is a flat spot in the bevel. By that, I mean it's not perfectly curved, and that's a grinding mistake. And that, in a $300 knife, is pretty much inexcusable. Now, in my opinion, the in my opinion, Bark River had some really bad years, and then they've gotten better. Um, is this a minor flaw or a lesser flaw? I think it's a lesser flaw, and I also think that I will sharpen this knife myself and kind of get rid of that, as well as I think that the knife is very, very, very sharp, like scary, scary sharp. So much so that DBK had a problem with the knife edge actually folding over because it was just too thin at the edge. But once they sharpened it themselves, that problem went away. Not everyone can sharpen a convex grinded knife by themselves. So having a factory edge, which is going to stand up and be good coming from the factory, is something that should be absolutely required coming from Bark River Knives for 300 bucks, right? Now, having said that, it's not that big of an issue for me because I'm going to sharpen it myself. I've also been using this a lot, mainly as a kitchen knife. I haven't batoned with this. I have feather sticked with it, and I have thrown sparks with it. Throwing sparks, absolutely awesome. Feather sticking, a champ. I didn't get the rolling issue that DBK brothers got, um, but I can see how it might be too thin. Once it does start folding over, I'm probably going to go ahead and sharpen it myself if that becomes an issue. This is 3V, CPM 3V. I absolutely love 3V. And DBK, or Bark River Knives, BRK, does an amazing job with their heat treat, and I like it a lot. I also really, really like their mosaic pins here. The ergos on this are great. This has red liners. This is thick, heavy knife. So G10, Pink G10 is a channel that it does knife reviews. He put up for April Fools in 2017, I want to guess, something like that, the Aurora 3. So this is the Aurora 1, one of the best little bushcraft knives that Bark River has ever put out. And then they came out with the Aurora 2, which was slightly bigger. And this guy from Pink G10 joked, "Oh well, they're coming out with a Aurora 3, and it's going to be 8.5 inches of blade. Is it 8.5? No, 8 inches of blade." And an overall 13 inches. And it was an April Fool's joke. But the guys at Bark River liked the idea so much that they ran with it and they did it. They did one run. This is the second run. It's been 3 years. It was on pre-order for 3 years. I actually just got a knife from the drop, so I haven't been waiting for 3 years, but I can understand how that would be frustrating if you did pre-order it. I just got it on the regular drop, and man, did I win, because I absolutely love this canvas. Micarta with the mosaic pins and the red liners. Usually a kitchen knife is so thank you, Pink G10, for suggesting this knife. I think it's awesome. So usually with a kitchen knife, I would always recommend that you get something that's very thin behind the edge, and this is very heavy. It is thin behind the edge and it's very thick though, but it actually does slice because it's so incredibly sharp with that convex grind that it just peels the material or whatever you're slicing off to the side. So I think that that is really cool. Um, and I actually like it a lot. I feel it biting into the cutting board. That's how sharp it is. Like if I push too hard down, I'm actually start cutting through the cutting board. That's how sharp this knife is. Um, and the weight itself, you basically don't have to put any kind of effort behind it because the weight of the knife itself is going to do most of the work for you when you're slicing things up. Do I like this knife? I do. Do I think the quality control issues are an issue? I absolutely think that the quality control issues are an issue for this amount of money. Having said that, I am not off of Bark River. I'm still a junkie of theirs and I love them to death. I do think, though, that if you're someone who is just not willing to sharpen a convex grind yourself, or you know, absolutely need everything to be pitch perfect for you when you get a knife, for that amount of money, I absolutely understand, and you should certainly not buy Bark River. However, if you think some of these problems are a little bit minor, you don't mind sharpening your own knife, but you still like the designs and the ideas and the convex grinds and other things, the finishes, fits, you still buy them. You know, to each their own. That's what I have to say about that. I would love to hear what you guys think about this. So leave a comment down below. Like I said, it really helps the channel. Also, if you want to win a knife of the month, follow the link down below. $3 a month, you get entered to win a knife of the month for becoming a Patreon member. And like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thanks so much, people. This is an interim review, by the way. I will be giving a final review probably in a couple of months. Bye-bye now.